I was born and raised in the Pilsen neighborhood. Growing up, and I had difficulty with reading and math back at San Procopius Elementary School. My parents discovered that I was behind in a lot of subjects, so they found Hyde Park Day School, and it was a perfect fit.
Hi, my name is Andres Melos, and I attended Hyde Park Day School the very first year it opened. In a way, it was not only teaching the kids, but also, welcoming the parents to also be involved with their students in the school. I could say that I still use the whole 9 trick, which it's pretty clever. But the first time I learned that at Hyde Park Day School, it blew my mind. I remember having a quiz on 9s. I felt like I was cheating my way through the quiz. Like I was just like, okay, let's see, 9 times 2, boom. 9 times 3, boom. I went to Curie High School out by Pulaski on the south side, and what's really cool about that school is that you get to pick out a major before you actually attend to that school. And I was always really into art, and that was the major that I really wanted, but I kind of registered a bit too late, and all the classes were full. I started playing classical guitar. It was so much better. Music, it's a big part of my life. And towards the middle of my school year, sophomore year, I signed up for orchestra, playing upright bass.
By the time college came around, I was only interested in 2 schools, DePaul and Columbia.
Today I'm a theater major and love both film and stage work.
My goal is to get an internship at theaters, Steppenwolf. I'm gonna work around that. I might have to leave Chicago for a bit. I want to take some time out in LA and see how the film industry is out there. Yeah.
Back in grade school, I was having trouble learning to read, and it came so bad at one point one of the teachers took my books away and said, "Oh, you couldn't read, we're going to give this to the new kid that just came in." My parents got me tested eventually for dyslexia, and parents realized that public schools would not work for me. My grandmother found it in the newspaper, handed it to my mom, and said this would be good for Dylan, because they knew I was having trouble in school, and she knew I was diagnosed with dyslexia. So it's just one of those crazy moments in life that just changes everything for the better. I'm Dylan Norris. I'm a game development major at DePaul University. I'm a sophomore this year. I went from the public school, which didn't treat me very well, to a place where all the teachers and all the kids and everybody was extremely nice and treated me with respect and just welcomed me in. It's like finding a new home. Everyone helped together to make me who I am today. There wasn't just one teacher that had an impact on me. All the teachers as a group working together that made who I am today. Everything I learned in the Hyde Park Day School helped me for when I switched off to high school. Very early in the Hyde Park Day School years, I would be playing Pokemon cards. Also when I started building my love for video games, and I got into Mega Man X, which led me to game design today, because that game is amazing. I'm a video game design major. I've also taken Annie 101 for my major, which is animation. I've taken 3D modeling classes and a few other game classes that are pretty hard. I'm going in the direction of doing what I love to do for a living, and that's enough for me, because ending up anywhere in the industry will be happy.
I love to run. In middle school, I never did sports, but my mom and I started running to and around the Oz Park, and I started beating her, and then I started to love it even more. And then in high school, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna join the cross country team. Loved it. It was like my second family, and I wasn't too sure if I was gonna do track or not, but I ended up doing track. And then junior year of high school, I was like, you know what, I wanna run in college. My name is Sophie Rambo. I go to DePaul University, and my major is kinesiology and sports exercise science. Before I went to Hyde Park Day School, I had some problems in the classroom because I was behind other students. I had dyslexia and some ADD, so I didn't like reading in front of the class. After I shadowed Hyde Park Day School, I was running down the stairs to my mom and told her that I loved it and enjoyed my visit, and that I wanted to go there. And Pam was standing right there and could see my face and how much I enjoyed it, when earlier that day she told my mom that there wasn't a lot of room in the classroom for me to join. I loved that the classroom was small and there was like 10 or 12 kids in my class, like both years, and 2 teachers. I just like the one-on-one quality time. And I do remember some math, and we had this little globe that we would throw around, and we'd go up by 5s or 10s, and if we messed up we had to start all over again. In 3rd and 4th grade, when I attended Hyde Park Day School, I was very shy and timid and kept to myself. But throughout the 2 years there, it helped me find who I was and gain more confidence in myself and my knowledge, that after attending Hyde Park Day School, I kind of broke out of my shell and became more confident in the classroom. And then I attended St. Ignatius College Prep for high school. Some teachers didn't really agree with my learning disabilities, but the principal always had my back, and then I was able to go on to a great college. I'm majoring in kinesiology and sports exercise science. It teaches me what my body does while I run and how it keeps us alive. After I graduate DePaul, I want to go on to graduate school and become a physical therapist. In 10 years, I would love to be a physical therapist for a big-time athletic team.
So a typical day at Purdue for me is I get up and I usually only got 10 minutes left to run to class. Whenever I have a free break and I have time, I take out my iPad and I try to read the books that I have on my list that I want to finish reading. A lot of times I have great big headphones on or earbuds on and just be blasting some electronic music. My name is Tyler Anderson. I'm a forestry major and I go to Purdue University in West Lafayette. When I was in preschool, around 5 years old, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. At the time I was in 2nd grade, I didn't know how to read. I remember at some point we had a computer class where we had to read the instructions on the computer, and always I had this girl partner and she could always sit there and she could read the instructions and I couldn't even understand what she was reading, and I just remember feeling so stupid. In 2001, my parents wanted to get me retested to see about my learning disability and my dyslexia, and so I was tested by a woman named Pearl Rieger, and she recommended a school called the Hyde Park Day School, which had only been around for 1 year. The Hyde Park Day School, its teaching methods were unorthodox to what I was used to. The teachers there were so patient in teaching me. They really took the time to make sure that I understood it and not just the entire class. So I went to the laboratory schools, which is actually right across the street from the original Hyde Park Day schools. The Hyde Park Day School had really taught me that I will always learn differently from the other kids, but as long as I really keep up a good effort, because I really had to in order to get through high school, that was what was going to make me succeed. When I go on spring break or winter break or especially summer break, I don't go to the beaches. I go to national parks like Yellowstone, Glacier, Grand Teton, Redwoods. 5-10 years from now, hopefully I see myself doing a job I love, working in a big national park in the forest system there, making sure that the wildlife's okay and that the environment's working.